At a young age, I started to make garments with like plastic bags and paper and a lot of stuff like that. So I think I always knew about wanting to be into the fashion industry. I also used to take outfits that my dolls had and like add little stuff to it, cut it up, sew little things on it. Snyder has given me a lot of opportunities. They gave me a really nice sewing lab, opportunities to go to competitions, win things, and just display my creativity.
The first garment she made for me was out of paper and tape. She pretty much taped everything together and first she did my measurements as a designer would. And then from there, I don't know whether or not they were correct or not, but it was, I had to play the role. From there on, she made the outfit. It was a vest with shingles and a skirt, which I was able to wear. I was amazed, like, what? That's a memory that I'll never forget because she worked hard and she stayed in the room until she was done. Like once she was done, she was like, okay, Mom, it's time for your fitting. You have to put it on. And when I put it on, it fit me and it was an outfit I could walk in. So very proud. And from there on, she never stopped.
Ms. Posey has helped me a lot. In my previous class, I was not as advanced in sewing as I was now, and because of Ms. Posey, I have perfected my skills a lot.
Well, I've been teaching for 11 years now. My teaching style is basically my ministry. I teach from the heart. I do whatever it takes, from hugging the kid to crying with the kid to praying with the kid to whatever the kid needs at that particular moment. That's what I do to help them move forward. I am very strict, I'm very direct, and that is my style.
To start an idea, I would usually do a lot of research on different fabrics I can use, different designers and inspirations, sometimes landscapes, colors, patterns, just to give myself a start. Then after that, I would put all those ideas into a sketch, and then from there, I go to New York or any other fabric store that I can find the fabric that I would like to use, and start my process. Starting to sew and cut out the pattern pieces, buy the little accessories that I would like to have, whether it's buttons, zippers, different types of stuff.
Ms. Posey's teaching style is very nurturing. She makes sure that her students' work is, A1. She gives you what you need at the time. As far as Tiandra agreeing with the teaching style, I'm pretty sure there were some times where she had to push through and make sure she did something that, she thought was okay. She had to do it over or whatever, but that's a part of the process. It's growing and, learning.
When she first started here at Henry Snyder High School, she didn't have me as a teacher. I'm more of an advanced teacher. So what happened, she came upstairs one day with her little garment. She was so proud of it, and I crushed her. I was like, take it all apart. She's like, are you serious? I said, I'm serious. So she ended up taking it all apart and starting it all over, but she got to see the difference in it, where she had different colors of threads, the seams were not straight, and it went back to me being strict and direct, and I was like, you're doing this for you. When you walk, I walk with you, so it has to be done correctly. And she did it. She took it apart. She did it all over, begrudgingly, but she did it. But when she finished that garment, she was so proud of herself. And I said, see, I told you you could do it.
Coming home with a medal from the spring conference felt very surreal because I put so much time and effort into it, and I don't know, I knew that I was gonna win, but when it really happened, it was just like a dream come true. So my expectations for the Nationals is for me to win first place and get the full year at FIDM, the college in California.
National represents a lot. What it represents for me, and because of the area the kids are in, they get a lot of negative news. And it's not really, like I told the parents, it's not what you think it is. It's a whole lot more. It's not about the kids gang banging or any of those things. We have some really talented kids here. So for Nationals, last year was our first year going. When I first came into the school, they were very reluctant about allowing their kids to do anything. And I said, you told me to raise the bar. And this is a part of raising the bar. You can't limit my students. And so I don't know if it was a lack of belief or just they didn't know. But I'm from the industry, so I teach my kids as if they're in the industry. When they first went to state competition, they were very intimidated by other students like them. And now it's like all the other students are looking and waiting to see what is Snyder coming here with next. And they bring it. You're in it to win it or you're not in it at all. So that's what nationals mean for me. That's what nationals means for my kid.
A funny story from when I was little was I had these pair of red boots that came up to like right here. So me being, I guess, the person that I am, I'm in my room and I decide to try to make a corset out of the boots. So I cut it up and I put it on and then I tie it on myself, but then I tie it so tight where I can't get it off. And my mom has to kind of like cut me out of it. And I was hurt because I worked so hard to make the little corset out of the leather boots. My mom has been a tremendous support. When I was leaving 8th grade, we worked really hard to find high schools that had fashion or anything including fashion so I can get into. She really didn't want me to come to Snyder at first, but after seeing the fashion program here and talking to Miss Posey, she was all on board. So since then, anything I needed, like fabric, thread, we would just go whenever. She'll drop everything and we'll just go get it.
We're in a neighborhood where there's a lot of violence, a lot of fighting, but that's on the outside, that's not on the inside. And yes, we may have some kids that come to school and have gone through a rough time. That's why you do the hugging and you show them that you love them, you care. And I always tell my kids, it's not where you're from, it's where you're going. It's not what you've done, it's what you're going to do. And you can rise above anything. So I think when you have teachers that preach that on a daily basis and show them that love, then it makes a whole difference. Snyder becomes a whole different place, whole different atmosphere. And we have very creative and talented students in this building that will be changing the world. When I entered school year this year, I told my students, we're going to shake up Jersey City in a way that has never been shaken up before. And that's when we went to state. We won the 11 gold medals, 4 student scholarships, and 2 placed for nationals. We are shaking up Jersey City.
My fashion style is a lot of elegant stuff. I usually like to make things that are long, that drape to the floor kind of, that are loose fitting, not really tight, and a lot of vibrant colors that mix well with each other. I like to make things out of satin, a lot of shiny fabrics because I like the way that it just looks on people's bodies. I think it gives them like a glow. In 10 years, I see myself owning my own company where I make prom dresses, suits, wedding dresses, anything that's customized though. I don't really want to make the same thing twice. So that's where I think I want to be.
So when you're at a conference or a competition of any sort, like how do you feel, unless this has never happened to you, how do you feel when you lose?
I never lost.